Good evening, vampires, werewolves, and all of their nocturnal beings. Welcome to Tiddies by Night, a Vampire the Masquerade actual play run entirely by creatures of marginalized genders and presented by Tabletop Tiddies. My name is Kelly, my pronouns are they, them, and I will be your storyteller for tonight. But before we get into the episode, we want to acknowledge the colonial history of Canada and the US and how these countries have and continue to take from Indigenous people. The effects of colonization are still felt to this day, and we acknowledge that this episode is being recorded on the stolen lands of the Semiahmoo, Katsi, Kikwetlam, Kwatlan, Kakite, Sequetmik, Swasan, Cheyenne, Ute, Lapanapache, Muskogee, Cherokee, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, and Coast Salish First Nations. If you would like to know more about the effects of colonization and support some Indigenous charities and organizations, you can go to the resources page on our website at tabletoptiddies.com/resources. With me, I am joined by the investigators of the occult and unusual and guest.
Hello, everybody. I'm Charlene Bear. I go by Char. My pronouns are she, they. And tonight I am playing Octavia Miller, the Tremere, whose pronouns are she, her.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rachel Theilade. My pronouns are she, her, and I am playing Evelyn Stormloft, the Nosferatu, whose pronouns are also she, her. My mouth just stopped moving there for a second. That was very strange. I was like, what the fuck? I've said this name so many times. Why is this weird?
Hey, I'm CasperDaNBGhost. My pronouns are they, them, and tonight I am playing Belgium Jerry. I use pronouns all for me.
Terrifying. Hello, my name is Katrina, but you can call me Kat. My pronouns are she, they, but I'm comfortable with any. And today I am playing Abbigail Summers, who's a dame, and the pronouns are she, her.
I feel like before the show ends, I'm going to get like a hanging microphone simply for intros. Hello, everyone. I'm Dare. Pronouns she, they, fey. Playing once, always, and forever, Leon Cavallo, the he, they, bay, the toreador you cannot help but adore, and who will leave you wanting, needing, nay, pleading for more.
Ooh.
And today, we are joined by a guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Margaret Krohn. You can find me at Margaret Krohn in all the places. I go by she, they, and today I will be playing Ambrose, and you'll find out more about them soon. And she goes by she, her.
Ah, I'm so scared. Adding to the fear tonight, we have Sirenscape, which helps make our stream more atmospheric. You can check them out at sirenscape.com. And if you are watching our show live on Twitch right now, thank you for engaging. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free Twitch sub a month, and we'd be so honored if you chose to use it on us. If you don't use it at all, it just goes back to Jeff Bezos, and nobody wants that. So support us! Woohoo!
Possible triggers for tonight: occult, mental illness, trauma, vampire stuff, and bees. If any of those things are too much for you, or if you feel overwhelmed, feel free to step away, compose yourself and come back, or skip the episode entirely and come back next time. We will always have a last time on that will catch you up. But without further ado, as you can see, my green screen it's not going to comply today. So without further ado, sit back for Tiddies by Night. Previously on Tiddies by Night. I don't know why I started it that way. The IOU continued their night at the feeding pit. After discovering that Leon's golden cylinder was actually an audio recording of one of their performances, Octavia confronted him about his true feelings. Meanwhile, Jerry followed his prospective food deeper into the establishment and slipped into a nightmare. There, the demon inside of him offered him a choice of finally drinking alcohol again, a deal that Jerry accepted pretty much right away. Evelyn had a vision of her sire and Tanita, who mocked her for losing control over her hive and her gang. They demanded that she feed and never forget where she got her powers from. Abigail was pulled aside by Diana, who told her that for the next 3 nights, she can ask for anything she may want. But after those 3 nights, she became a regular customer. Octavia had a nightmare of her father finding out what she is and claiming he's in the afterlife with her mother. Leon saw the entire feeding pit on fire. The nightmares quickly shifted to something more pleasant. Seemingly, everyone lost their kindred powers. After a bit of time wandering in a more human-looking feeding pit, Leon spotted the silhouette of a child. Everyone found themselves falling into some troubling behavior before Prophet declared that he can't hold on. The vision stopped abruptly, with Leon standing in front of said child. But we're going to cut back a little bit.
How dare you?
Yeah, we can keep cutting away from the baby thing. I don't need to unpack that.
Yeah. We'll leave you hanging because we are back
Daddy.
out.
No,
in
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're cutting back really, really far. We're out in the middle of the London city streets. It is a bustling night tonight. The streets are packed with kine, wandering here and there, enjoying their evening, coming back from meals or heading to drinks, out on dates, or just in a group of friends, laughing with not a care in the world. And we see a child walking along the streets. Margaret, would you please describe your character?
Yeah, kind of almost in like a skipping stance, like happily skipping. You see, well, it looks like a child that's maybe 7 years old, about 3'9". They have like short blue hair adorned with these really cute bows that match their really frilly dress. And you can hear kind of as they're skipping the little tap of their tiny shoes hitting the ground.
You get a few looks. It is a bit late for a child to be out, especially by themselves. And you see once in a while like a group of strangers like look back as you pass them, kind of concerned and whispering to themselves. And you see a young woman coming out of a shop holding a bag, just holding some of what she's bought, and sort of looks down at you as you are passing and says, "Oh, ma'am, little miss, are your parents around?"
I don't think they are.
Do you know where they might be? It's quite dangerous. There's a lot of things that could go wrong late at night in London.
I think I can handle anything that comes my way. I'll be fine. Thanks for concern, though.
All right. And she just kind of like watches you as she just walks up the street. A few passerbys like scoff at her a little bit as they keep going. And you spot something. You spot almost like a shadow version of herself, like emerge out of her back. And she seems to be beaming and smiling and dressed to the nines. And sort of like flicker in place as she is pulled back into her body. A phenomenon that has been happening more frequently now that the dreaming has become harder and harder to message other kindred from. A sign that things are starting to get a little bit chaotic. But you have a mission, and you can continue on your way.
I think that Ambrose watches for a moment and just is smiling and standing there. And And then turns around and continues skipping.
You know that the people that you were looking for are at the colloquially named feeding pit. You've been given loose instructions, not exactly the most clear instructions on where to find them, but you know that they are the ones that will probably be able to help you. You have a general idea of where it is. Can you go ahead and give me a wits and investigation, or use any of your various disciplines to try to find where this might be?
Ooh, wits and investigation. All right. Maybe not my best, but I will attempt. Ooh, 0 successes.
Oh no!
Oh no! Kyle's just lost in the streets.
You kind of get turned around a
It
little
do be
bit.
like that.
The occasional like visage of dreams kind of turns you around. Some buildings that used to exist that no longer exist anymore sort of pop up in places as kind around you remember and have fond memories of going to them, and almost in like waves from the north, emitting out, causing these sort of like disturbances of dream states. And you can tell that it's almost like ramping up. But you are incredibly lost and sort of find yourself turned around in like a back alley sort of area, and you can see just like crowds of people moving along the streets and stuff. You can hear what sounds like commotion coming deeper from the alleyway.
Curiosity. I'll go check it out.
As you walk, you hear what almost sounds like fighting. You hear a loud smack and the sound of someone possibly hitting the ground. And you can see a silhouette of somebody holding what looks like a knife standing over a lumped mass underneath them.
Ambrose stays really, really still, so much until she looks like she just becomes part of the shadow.
For a moment, the assailant sort of like turns around, thinking that they heard something, and they're looking directly towards you and sort of narrow their sight, but slowly turn back and point their knife down at the mass. Do you do anything?
What are they pointing at? What do they do?
Do you want to approach?
No, she was gonna just stay very still, but like watching, trying to see what's
Give me a
happening.
quick wits and awareness. Then.
Okay.
The
Wits and
classic
awareness.
roll.
Wits awareness. All right, I'm supposed to be better at that. Supposed to be, you know. Never know how the dice are gonna work. 5 successes.
Ooh.
Nice.
Very good.
You sort of like narrow your eyes and you can see the mass like move and sort of like try to get up, and you can see that it is a person, and they're holding in their hand what almost looks like a coin purse, holding it towards the figure, who then immediately like swipes it and like almost like feints to stab at them, and then begins to walk away. But you see them like stop and look back as the mass sort of stands up, and like starts to walk away from them. And the person with the knife slowly walks up behind them and stabs them in the back. And almost like pushes them off the blade and walks into the street. At about that time, you see a massive barrel of a man walk out from the streets and like almost with one hand grab the assailant by the throat and slam them up against the wall and begin dragging them out into the crowd, off into the distance.
Okay. So is there someone dying near me?
There's
right now?
currently someone dying and bleeding out in the alleyway.
Well, I have to feed on them, so.
So true.
If they're dying, I might as well.
Go for it. You don't even have to roll. They can't really put up a fight at this point. You get the impression that they were stabbed in a pretty vital organ. And you can go ahead and remove all of your hunger as you feed on them until their last breath. Free food.
Yum. I wasn't even hungry.
I like this kid.
And I think that, like, even right before she does that, she just says, like, a command word to them and says,
Shh, it's gonna be all right.
and then she feeds on them.
As you do, you almost get this, like, draw. And a little, like, phantom trickle of blood emerges from the wound, and almost begins, like, softly moving away from them in the direction that you had seen the assailant be dragged off to.
Interesting. Ambrose will follow.
All right.
She's curious now.
As you do, you can see now that, like, the massive man is still walking through the streets, and, like, people are almost giving him a wake. And you hear a name spoken. The large man says, "All right, you and I are destined for Diana's, man. I bet you ain't getting out alive." A name that piques a memory. The feeding pit, colloquially named, not many vampires refer to its actual name, and the person who has sent you doesn't actually know its real name. But he does know that it is run by a person named Diana.
Oh. So does that sound like that's where this big guy's headed?
Certainly seems that way.
Oh. Ambrose just smiles, and she's like,
I got a meal, and it looks like you're pointing me in the right direction. Perfect.
and she just skips and just continues to follow them.
You sort of follow along as this blood trail it's almost like a wisp of blood just following the dagger that had killed this person. And it leads you to a very... I'm just checking your sheet.
My
sheet? You would certainly know. You see the large man walk towards a wall, and with your level of auspex, you know that you can sort of see the wall sort of like shimmer a little bit as the man just walks directly through it and disappears from sight.
Oh, this is gonna be so much fun.
And she just, like, goes through the wall.
You see almost like a grotesque loading bay. There is a obscured back alley that ends at a brick wall, and it is just stacked with corpses. The corners are, like, filled to the brim. The entire alleyway is just drenched in blood, and you can sort of see it flowing down into a grate that goes into the basement.
Are there any bodies in that look like they're maybe still alive and dying?
No.
Okay.
They look
Then she will continue.
of varying degrees of freshness, but all seem to be dead. And you catch just as the large man sort of walks through a door on the side wall, still dragging his prey.
I follow.
All right. As you do, the door almost immediately opens up into a chasm of red and white drapes. It's almost like walking into a heart. And you very quickly lose sight of the individuals as they are dragged through. and you guess, just based on the lead up to this place, this is none other than the feeding pit.
Perfect. Looks like I'm gonna find you after all. Let's see. Any, many, miny.
And she's looking around to figure out if she can find the people that she's looking for.
All right. You love, everyone loves this roll. Give me a wits and awareness.
We're all so good at it.
I mean, I actually am, so.
Yeah.
You know what?
I am good at supposed to be. 7 successes.
Oh,
That's
geez.
pretty sweet.
As you sort of walk through, the density of these curtains is intentionally designed to obscure anybody who's inside. And moving through, you have almost no issue navigating what is clearly a mystical effect that makes it hard for people to navigate this area. But you, like an expert, are pushing through. You find tables with clusters of vampires sort of like chatting and eating that don't match the description. You push through again, and occasionally you see the silhouette of a very tall woman sort of just drifting in and out of these drapes. And you see the large barrel-chested man pushing through, who is followed by a equally large man who seems to be almost like lost in thought and can't see you right now.
Okay. Is this one of the people that I'm looking for?
You would recognize from the description Jerry.
Well, you're gonna be the easiest one to find. All right.
And I think Ambrose like throws something at them, but then kind of ducks and hides.
It hits and like smacks up against Jerry, and like Jerry does not react at all and seems to just be walking forward. And you can recognize that he is lost in dream right now.
All right, then I guess.
Well, that's no fun.
And Ambrose will run up behind them and tug at them.
Still no reaction. And as you're doing that, you see the assailant from earlier being dragged through the curtains by a woman that you recognize as Evelyn, a very lanky Nosferatu with massive hair draping behind her, and she pulls this assailant into a separate room as Jerry just keeps walking forward.
Does Evelyn look like they're more with it from that?
Yep.
Okay.
I thought you would be fun to mess with, but I guess I'll go over there.
And Ambrose runs really quickly, like you just hear like the pitter patter of her little shoes clacking against the ground, and then she's gonna stand like really quietly next to wherever Evelyn's like dragging this thing.
She has gone through like another door and sort of closed it behind her.
Okay. Push the door open.
As you do, you see a large, isolated room with red cushions. The assailant has sort of like been pushed into a corner, and Evelyn is standing there motionless. And you can see off in another corner two like jittering figures who are mostly transparent. And you recognize another dream vision.
Okay. The other people are also in a dream vision? Is that
The
what
other
it
two
looks like?
people are dream visions.
Oh, they are dream visions. Okay. Ambrose will just kind of like shout out to Evelyn then and be like,
Hello? Is anyone in there?
She begins to yell as if having an argument with someone, and you see bees emerge from her and swarm around the assailant and just start attacking as he screams.
Oh, I don't like bees. Nope.
And Ambrose turns around and goes back out. And I think she's going to try to spirit travel into Jerry's mind,
Ooh.
if they can.
All right. Give me a moment to look up.
If you wanted to spirit travel into anybody's mind, Jerry is the easiest target.
Do you know what the role for that is?
I don't know what the role for it is.
I'm
Let's
trying
see.
to look it up, and I can't find it. But we'll go ahead and... I mean, he's currently occupied by someone doing a very similar thing, so I will say that you can piggyback off of that. And you hear a voice that you don't recognize. Now, what are you doing here?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. This brain's already occupied, sorry.
Well, what are you doing here?
I've been invited in and sort of been setting up camp.
Oh, I like camping.
Cute. I ask again, what are you doing here?
Well, you didn't really tell me what you were doing other than camping. See, if I have to answer a question, then you have to answer a question. And I think you should answer first because you asked me a question first. It's only fair.
I'm farming.
Like turnips? Or what kind of farming are you doing?
I'm planting and gathering souls.
Oh, that's neat.
Is that good enough for you?
I mean, it doesn't have to be good enough for me. It's not like I'm grading you.
Then I ask again, what are you doing here?
I just want to talk to Jerry.
You know Jerry.
Well, I guess it depends on what you call as knowing Jerry. Like, I know Jerry. But do I know Jerry? I don't know if I know Jerry.
No. Regardless, I'm a little bit preoccupied with Jerry at the moment, but he does have some friends here you could talk to.
All right. Can you point me in the direction? Because one of the friends has bees, and I'm not interested in bees, so if you can find a friend that doesn't have bees, that would be great.
Find the fancy one. He'll talk to you.
All right.
She goes back into her body from spirit traveling.
You feel a pulse again from the north as you begin to hear screaming in the feeding pit and arguing and panic as all of the kindred in the pit have collective dream visions. And then it settles. And you can go on your way.
She doesn't seem like bothered by a bunch of people screaming, and just continues looking for the description that she was given.
Mm-hmm. You
The fancy
continue
one.
pushing
fancy
through
one.
the curtains.
Which, if there's a lot of venture here, there's lots of fancy ones.
Yeah, you find a green-haired, clearly Ventru in a very nice green suit, just having a meal by herself in the feeding pit, seemingly trying to recover from whatever vision she had just had. But you continue on. And eventually you find the rest of the group. And it seems that everyone has reconvened as things are a little bit muffled here in the feeding pit. You see now Evelyn sort of peeling the skin off of her hand as Jerry is just like downing empty mugs or empty cups around him. But you see Leon notice you a little bit. Everyone seems lost in their visions, but Leon looks directly at you and sort of stands up and begins walking into the curtains.
Hi, are you the fancy one?
Still no response. You see him now talking to a confused-looking kindred. As they both seem to not recognize who the other one is, but seem to be talking as if they know each other.
Hello.
And you feel an immense wave that immediately washes over everybody and then stops. And you are standing in front of Leon. And Leon, you see this child.
Anyone in there? You guys are having an awfully weird conversation.
I
don't think do you even know each other.
I don't know who you are, small child. Howard. A lot was just happening. What are you doing?
Yeah, I think you all were dreaming, maybe dreaming together. A group of them were screaming together, so I'm assuming that's what happened. You're Leon, right?
Yes, Leon Cavallo, resident artist, and I'll leave it at artist for now. Yeah, and I guess censure for London's greater vampire area.
Right. Venture in their titles, you have to give me all of them, don't you?
I'm
Ambrose.
darling,
just Ambrose. It's just that.
And she offers her hand and then also offers like the hand of her stuffed animal at the same time.
Leon outs because you said Ventru, but they'll be fine about it, and they're still a good with people, and I think they squat down and with both hands shake. It is a pleasure. What are you doing in the feeding pit? This is not really. I mean, I guess you're kindred first off, correct?
He smiles and you can see like two tiny, adorable little fangs.
Chibi fangs.
Okay, perfect, established. I don't think I've ever seen a kindred so small looking.
Yeah, it's kind of illegal.
Yeah, that makes sense. That feels like it should be. Is there something you needed me for, or?
Oh yeah, there's something I need you for. But maybe we should find a place to talk, and also maybe find your friends. But I don't know about the bee lady. You might have to tell them to keep the bees to themselves.
The bees. Once she knows you're with me,
none of
the
my
bees,
beeswax. Or bees knees.
I think Leon stops talking at that point, and sizes you up one more time. It's like, all right, well, fine. Just follow me, and I think I just try to find where everyone is. Can I roll not to run into Shalone? I'm fine with running into Shalone
Now
either
that we
way.
know she's here.
I don't know she's
composure
here.
and etiquette.
I don't know she's here, so Leon could still stumble into this,
Roll
unfortunately.
me luck.
Just one die for luck? What?
No, just I was just joking.
I was ready.
You can make your way back to your group. Some of the curtains have sort of been torn down, and you see Abigail standing there with some of them in her hands, as Jerry is pushing away from this random kindred who has no idea it was a kind, has no idea what's going on and has been beaten to a bloody pulp.
Wait, did not eat him?
You did eat him. Never mind.
Well,
You walk
yeah, I
in and
beat him up, so-
Jerry has fully eaten a man. And Abigail has torn down curtains.
I would
Oh man,
maybe,
I
yeah.
forgot.
Oh, I would maybe put those curtains down and be ready to apologize. I'm not paying the bill for that one.
Hey, I'm gonna fix it. I can fix it.
Just be ready to apologize. You're new here. It's fine.
I'll
doesn't
pull a
need to
couple
be
shifts.
fixed.
I'll work. Is that your baby?
All you
Is that
need
a
to do
child?
is say sorry. I promise. Ignore the child.
You got a little baby? What'd you do? You got what? You got your papa?
I don't have
Papa
I
Leon?
don't have a child. I
You don't have
promise.
a. Oh, okay.
Oi,
As far as I
Leon,
know, I do
you got
not
a
have a
kid.
child. No,
That's really
there
cool.
is a child with me. This is not my child. Those are two different sentences. We
Wait.
need to establish this.
No, I mean, just said you Papa Leon. Wait, is that a
Papa
thing?
Leon. Yeah, that sounds good.
It's not.
It does sound kind of good.
Oh, hey, Abigail. You are?
I'm Ambrose.
And she'll offer her
Ambrose.
hand to Abigail, and then she'll offer her like little stuffed animal's hand to Jerry.
Jerry's gonna take his index finger and his thumb and like very gently like shake the hand. Oi. Hey, how old are you?
Well, that's kind of rude.
If you're Leon's kid, I want to know.
I'm not his kid.
Oh, right. And my apologies, miss.
It's okay.
Wait, yeah, no, but how old are you? Because I need to know you're a child right now, and it's
For like my real age, or like what I look like.
do I call you Miss Ambrose, like Miss Evelyn?
It's
or
just
Miss
Ambrose.
Octavia?
I'm not really into all the weird titles and stuff. I don't need that. It's just Ambrose. Also, yeah. Guess how old I am. How old do you think I am?
Jerry's not great with numbers.
Well, yeah,
So-
yeah. 300 or something? I'm gonna guess it's gonna be something
187
like,
is what I'm guessing.
opposite,
wrong,
you know?
wrong. But you only get one guess, so you don't know, and you won't ever get to know.
245.
What if I What if I ask real nice? Can I get another
no, you
guess?
get one shot. That's it.
Please?
He's a child. All right.
Wait,
so I'm-
please?
I'm just going to treat
Important
you
things
like
that
a
I need to
child.
talk to you all about, and it's not
Oh.
with my age.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is this happening near me?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with Octavia. I'm ripping the skin off my arm and stopped, I guess.
I mean, near is a
I'm just like,
relative
"Oh."
term in the feeding pit, but certainly near enough that the group could make their way to you soon enough. But the muffled
Okay.
nature of the feeding pit makes it hard to hear.
Never mind then.
Well, maybe do you want to talk to all of us?
Well, you all work together, right?
Yeah, we're missing Noah, and I'll look for Octavia and Evelyn.
All right. You can, as I said, you can get back to the table if you want. It won't be
Yeah.
too much of a hassle.
I'm wearing one of the curtains because I know that I'm gonna have to I will be replacing these.
Right, yeah, Jerry's gonna just stare down at the little girl and
Real quick,
Yes.
Abigail, give me a wits and
Hold on.
awareness, just for funsies.
Just for funsies. With an awareness, we are witting and we are aware.
what's that song?
It says I've never had this happen before. It says 5 successes and then it says possible messy crit. What does that
Ooh.
mean?
You haven't been that close to the curtains yet,
Mm.
but as it is now draped over you and touching your skin, it is incredibly thin flesh.
I was gonna ask. It's kind of her thing.
And you see me put it on, I'm like, ooh, and then I take a look and I go, no. Maybe I won't be fixing these ones. We'll see.
Does the group head towards the rest
Yes,
of the
I'll
company?
yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Then Evelyn and Octavia, you can hear the continued conversation with this child as they emerge into your little pod.
Oh, Miss Evelyn, Miss Octavia, Leon's got a kid named Rosie.
What?
Ambrose. My name's Ambrose.
Also not my child. I don't
My
have one
nice
as far as I
child.
know.
You just see, I'm assuming my arm is still like fucked because
Yeah.
that actually happened. Yeah. So I'm just like trying to like put stuff back. It doesn't hurt because I'm a fucking gross ass Nosferatu, but I'm just like very distracted. I'm just like, please repeat. What? Sorry, a lot just happened.
What in the bloody hell happened to your aunt?
I don't know. Like I
Well,
said,
you
there was a
were
lot just
dragging-
happening.
Bodies into this room, and then a bunch of bees appeared, and I left after that point because I didn't really want to be around it.
Fair enough. Why were you?
Damn.
That was earlier. Yes. Anyways, hi. You are.
Ambrose.
And she offers her stuffed animal to shake your hand. She doesn't want to touch you.
That's fair. I think I will reach out my other arm that's not floppy and kind of gently, like, just kind of touch the hand of the stuffed animal. I'm like, a pleasure. This is my other associate, Octavia. Octavia, meet Ambrose, apparently.
Lovely to meet you. Hi.
She
Uh,
can't see, Ambrose, so your wave doesn't do much.
And you see
Oh.
a woman with like a blue bob, big glasses, but behind her glasses, just like white cataract eyes, and a large black dog with red eyes sits at her feet, wearing a vest with a harness as her guide dog.
Ambrose just smiles.
Yeah, she can't see her either.
But now I'll just smile now.
I can feel the smile. And I can
See,
feel many
You
things
can
about
feel the
folks'
smile.
souls.
Look, I'm not arguing with a kid.
And as I feel the smile, I'm also gonna scry the soul.
Ooh.
Nice!
Person.
You're like, who is this kid?
Good luck.
Ambrose, you're gonna roll composure and subterfuge, and I'm gonna roll intelligence and aspects.
Composure and subterfuge.
Also, give me a
All right.
round, Char.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a 5. I get home
Oh, no.
4 successes.
Ooh.
I might beat you, but we'll see. I haven't rolled yet. So I'm picking up all my dice.
I'm just like, I have so many.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 4.
Oh.
Ooh, it's a match.
I don't think I get anything then.
No. You
Damn it!
reach out, and your power is almost, it's like scrambled a bit as you project towards Ambrose. And it just doesn't connect. It sort of gets fuzzy and wiggly a bit, and then dissipates.
A kind spirit is clearly here.
Can I sense the beast?
Sure.
I was like, who is
Oh,
she?
damn.
Going straight
like,
to
"I
powers
wanna
and not
know."
asking questions.
I
just
wanted
wanna
to know her
know.
age.
This is
because
how
I
they
could
ask
have gotten
questions.
it.
We're
Margaret,
all just like, insight check.
Ambrose roll composure and subterfuge, and Evelyn roll resolve and animalism.
Okay, so I have to roll the same
Okay.
thing again. Composure,
You're
subterfuge.
just blocking yourself from these two kindred who are just like, what are you?
Oh, it's another 4.
Mind powers.
Oh my God.
These two
Like
kids with trust
Those
issues.
kids on the playground who are like, block. I blocked it. Block. Block
Yeah.
it. I just shield up. You can
I
get
read
me.
your
Oh,
mind. No,
we'll
you
see.
didn't. I blocked it.
So I got a 7.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Definitely kindred. Without a doubt, Malkavian.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Oh, so that's what that move does, because I have it too.
Oh no.
Since the beast doesn't give me a sense of how old this kindred would be, I'm assuming. I don't think it does.
No.
Unless I'm not reading it right. But yeah, okay.
I could
Cool.
give you things like sire and stuff like that, but I'll tell you it's not that important.
No.
It's not
Cool.
important for your particular question.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I will sit quietly with this information for now. Excellent. Thank you.
Oh, also, you can sense the hostility levels. Are you hostile, Ambrose?
No.
Funny.
Okay.
Like, yes.
So,
I should have been like, yes.
Octavian, that has been very into that clan is dream centric, if I'm not mistaken, and we just had really fucked up dreams, but they're not hostile. So I'm getting very mixed messages.
I
I'm
mean,
just
let
gonna
me
sit
tell you,
quietly.
on this channel, finding out immediately if a guest is hostile is a good first start.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is true. I will, yeah, I'm just like sitting quietly, just kind of processing this information, and I kind of have a raised eyebrow, and I'm like, what brings you here, Ambrose?
Well, you. Well, all of you.
Care to elaborate?
Are you okay with me talking about things here? Is it secure?
It's a bar full of vampires.
I mean, we did just all have a weird dream situation. I would say going back to the office might be a better move than here right now.
Tried to find
Agreed.
your office and I got a little lost and distracted, but ended up here, so it all worked out anyway.
Serendipitous.
I'm
Mhm.
fine with leaving if everyone else is.
Final rounds, like one for the road.
You just finished a man.
I was talking
Ew.
about a beer, man.
You all hear rustling through the curtains as Diana sort of like slowly makes her way out. And you can see now, Ambrose, the figure that you had seen the silhouette of, a tall Zamichi with almost like corset stitching along her head, large flesh wings down her back, and a bride's dress that is covered in blood. I apologize for the inconvenience tonight. Please, I must clean up a bit. And sort of like looks at you, Abigail, and like smirks.
Listen, let me do some dishes next day, please.
She
I'm
puts her hands
really sorry.
3 nights, remember.
3 nights.
But please, you're welcome back anytime, but I must vacate for tonight.
Understood.
And sort of like looks down
I
at you, Amber.
understand, but okay.
Okay. And sort of like shifts back through the drapes.
Mom, I'm so sorry.
Did you say that out loud?
No.
Leon will rip you apart.
You're the one who has
You're the one with
kid.
a child.
It's not.
So are you gonna all head back to the IOU then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do
Alright.
it.
I'm
I
gonna
might.
try.
Oh.
I'm gonna try and stop by a bar, and like get drunk. But
Bruh.
yeah, of course.
Were you gonna say, Leon?
I was gonna try to see if we could get any sort of comp on this, since everything went to hell. I
They
think
don't
like on
charge
the way out.
anything.
You can just walk in.
I'm just trying to see if we can get some preferential treatment for next time. since
Yeah,
we
you
were
get
treated
one
so
night
poorly.
now.
That can happen off screen. I'll make a roll
Yeah.
for it.
I'll
That's
say
just Leon trying to get a better booth.
I'll say as well, if Jerry wants to get drunk along the way, I will say that it is easy enough to find a bar where you can discreetly feed.
Oh
So you can.
no, I just wanted to get drunk. I don't need to feed.
He just wants the booze to barf
I
up
s-
in the IOU and make us clean it.
You have
Mhm.
not cleaned up after me in a good long minute.
Hard cut to the IOU. Jerry covered in puke. Puke blood, though. Okay, roll me a willpower, Jerry, just to see if
Yes.
you're drunk.
Hang on.
You want to succeed. Just keep the alcohol in you.
Yes, I know.
Just
I want
to
to
spite
succeed.
me.
3 successes.
All right, we'll say that you are drunk. And Abigail, you were brought into this massive office, 2 stories with a loft that has doors leading off elsewhere. It looks very recently decorated, and there is a sort of meeting area and a desk, and off to the side a parlor room. And it is a secure place for all of you to communicate.
I think Ambrose kind of like runs around and is like looking at everything and touching everything.
Oi, you. Ambi. You want a drink? Do you
What
have
kind
a
of
drink? You tumble of gin? You want one? It's like water.
Jerry, you can't do that.
Well, she's already like one of us, so
Well,
I mean,
yeah, but you
you
know,
want
there's
Sure.
all right then.
Should be interesting.
Yep, I'm gonna
Should
pour
probably hold
her.
it better than you, Jerry.
I'm doing fine, thank you. And I hand Ambrose a glass. Cheers.
Ambrose clinks it and smells it.
I'ma down it in a shot.
Doesn't smell great. Kind of smells like most food that a kindred would smell. Just unappetizing.
She like crinkles her nose and goes,
It kind of smells funny.
and then just puts it down.
Yeah, I'm blitzed, so I don't notice it. I finished mine and I got 2 successes.
All right. You can keep it. You can keep it for now.
Yes.
Just know you're renting this.
Yeah.
oh man.
So, how does your work work? Because this doesn't seem very professional.
You'd be surprised. We still managed to do quite a bit of professional work.
What are you
Just-
talking about? I'm a bastion of professionalism.
Literally, Evelyn trying to hold back a laugh.
What is it that you're requiring our assistance for? The IOU has many different capabilities. I'm sure we'll be able to help you.
Well, as you probably noticed, there's kind of some weird dreamy stuff happening, and not the kind of dreamy things that you want to be happening.
Yes, we've
Yeah.
been experiencing them lately as well.
So, I also heard that you guys are kind of like besties with Sydney Jones, so I thought maybe you might be able to help me out.
Are
Ah.
you not familiar with him being a Malkavian yourself?
Oh, I know him.
What do you need us for then?
Well, that's why I'm here. So, I didn't really want to talk about it in front of everybody else, but now that I'm just here, I kind of work with him at the asylum.
Hmm.
We've been working on this project called Daydream, and, well, we're really just trying to help people. We kind of induce patients into like a never-ending sleep, but it's so that we can help them with their mental illnesses on like a more controlled plane. So, you know, we're trying to do good things. But in session D142, something really horrible happened. He kind of got trapped, and now I don't know how to get him out of there. And the patient L655, is using his powers.
Right,
And
wait.
is that how we've all been affected by these dreams during the night?
Maybe?
Hmm.
You saying the tiny little cuckoo man did this to me?
Doesn't
Seems
seem like it
unintentional.
was
Not technically.
voluntarily.
Him, but, well, maybe he did. He might be trying to reach out to you. I don't know. Dreams are kind of weird places.
All right. Where is he?
But that's why I'm talking to you, so that you can help me find him.
What,
Oh,
If I knew where he was, I wouldn't be here.
No, what? I'm not talking about Cuckoo Man. I'm talking about the patient asylum LGBTQ plus.
Also, yellow card for calling people cuckoo.
Sorry.
No worries.
Patient L655?
Yeah, him.
Do I know where they are?
They're at the asylum. There's a controlled space that this all takes place. It just went out of control.
Well,
Bro.
they're inside of the asylum. It's in a room that they can't really get out of. It's got like padded walls and no windows, and it's deep, deep inside the basement.
Sounds like a lovely time.
Is Sydney
It
there
really
as
is
well?
actually.
And it's just
well,
his consciousness that's gone?
Separate his
Or
problem.
apologies, sorry. Is Sydney there physically, or is he physically somewhere else as well as his mental state?
No, he's just mentally not there, like a potato.
Okay.
So he was kind of how we do this is we kind of go into people's minds and we help them with their problems and we kind of help them solve their problems. But in this one, it didn't really work the way that it was supposed to.
Right.
Well, I definitely don't want to have any more of those terrible dreams. So, if this will help that cease to be, as well as gain favor with Mr. Sidney Jones, I don't see why we should not help you.
Jonesy. That's his name. Right. You think if we kill the LGBTQ plus guy, that
What a sentence.
What?
I'm sorry, that one punched me in the mouth.
that
L655, baby.
yeah.
Like the name is right there.
Right, yeah, that fella. We kill him, that Jonesy's brain will go back into his body.
Well, that is a theory, I suppose, but it's not a very good one because it's kind of dangerous. Also, there's a chance that like he could get stuck in some weird space in between.
I also think it's general practice for doctors to not approve of someone killing their patient.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy?
Well,
Not a
sometimes you
doctor.
have to kill a patient, but you know.
Yo.
What exactly do you need us to
Mhm.
do to help?
Well, I was hoping you would help me find him and get him out of the guy's mind. And make it so that the patient doesn't keep using his abilities.
Right, yeah, my plan.
Have you ever assisted creatures other than kindred in going in these daydreams? I would love to be able to bring my dog.
I haven't never had a dog go inside someone's mind, but certainly could try.
Well, I assume we might as well go.
What? Just real quick question. Ambrose, come in. And Jerry's gonna scoot up really, really close to you. He smells like gin and blood. I'm so sorry. But he's gonna like whisper in your ear. He's like, you know what? Go inside the door.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Phrasing. I'm gonna
Excuse me.
again. Jerry. Jerry,
Wanna go
you're
inside
on
the dog's
Fire this
mind?
episode.
Finish the phrase. Finish the phrase.
Yeah. Could I go inside like a dog's brain?
There we go.
Well,
We
I
got
think
there.
in theory you probably could. But there is kind of some dangerous things that happen with that, depending on how intelligent a creature is. Sometimes it cannot go so well.
I'm super intelligent. Got this.
I was referring more to the dog.
Oh. Yeah, no.
But you know what?
Yeah, about the same
That's
level
good
of
that you think that
intelligence.
too, because maybe that might be a problem.
Yeah, what? No. We'll talk about it later. Yeah, let's do the helping Jonesy thing.
I
Is he gonna be all right?
have a generally high success rate. I did have a follow-up question. Entering someone's mind, are there any side effects or anything for us to worry about as people who don't do this on a regular basis?
Well, there's a lot of different things that can happen. So, well, sometimes they don't want to in their minds, and so they will try to push you out of it. And that sometimes manifests in all kinds of weird ways, like nightmares or like bad things. Or sometimes they can just be really annoying and just want to hang out with you all the time.
That sounds more like the
That's Sydney.
Stones than I know.
I got a question. Can I still punch people when my brain's still in the other person?
Kind of, but it's more like a mental punching.
Yeah.
But it can affect someone physically too, like they could die.
But I'm very smart. Got a big brain, so
Mhm.
we're gonna save your friend Jonesy. And then we'll do the thing we talked about where in the dog.
Let's go.
Octavia just like holds Prophet closer. Mine.
Does anyone want to grab anything before you head off to the asylum?
Which is bringing me to my final question of, is there any way to prepare ourselves in going on this journey? Any physical items that we would bring with us? Do we need to have them with us, or can we just think of them and they appear?
Oh, well, sometimes when you think of them, they can come with you, but usually you just go with what you have. So if there's something that you think is going to help you, then you probably want it with you.
Excellent. Prophet, please fetch the Ghostbuster.
You see the dog sort of like trot off towards do you keep it in your seance room or in the basement?
In the bedroom, yeah.
All right.
The
And
basement.
he sort of trots and like jumps up and pulls the doorknob and opens up and goes down into the basement. And a few minutes later comes back holding basically like bellows that have been heavily modified into a strange contraption with a you have the modified Ghostbuster now that's basically just a focused version of the red gem.
The Ghostbuster 2, someone
It's been a
would
while
say.
since that has come up. So it is just a red gem with a bunch of like wild mechanisms on it that you can sort of feel energy coming from it the moment that Prophet brings it forward. And this is a weirdly powerful device.
Anyone else need anything?
Yeah. I'm gonna go over and pour me another one.
You do not need more.
Jesus Christ.
I think I legitimately might do something about that.
You legitimately might try.
Yeah, sure. I will burn a fleetness for this. Why not? I think caring is sometimes stepping in.
Yeah.
We're about to start combat.
I'm going to make a rouse roll.
All right.
That was a 7. I don't get hungry.
And are you just trying to grab the...
Move at dizzying speeds. I know it's Dex plus Athletics.
Yeah. Give me Dex plus Athletics. Dex plus Athletics. Wow. That combination on my braces is just...
Dexletics.
Dex plus Athletics? And
this is a labor of love. That's 3 successes.
you can add your celerity as
Ooh,
well.
I
Just the
forgot about
points
that.
of your celerity as a success.
Okay, so that's 5 successes.
Jerry, give me a Dex and Athletics as well. See if you can hold on to this.
I know
glass of
alcohol
gin.
doesn't make you weaker, so I can't even be like, he's drunk.
No, it makes me stronger.
That's I
But he's
disagree.
not fighting, so it cancels each other out.
Yes, you're getting snagged.
Yeah, that's fine. I got 1 success. My
All right.
my
What you
stumble
deserve.
ass.
Mid drink, the glass
Mm-hmm.
disappears from your hand.
Oi.
This is an act of love. You can have this when we're done with the mission. You don't need to tie one on right before we work.
Oh, for fighting. I
You-
felt better when I'm drunk.
You're doing wonderful already. You're Jerry. When are you not ready to fight?
That's true. That is true.
And if nobody
and
else
then-
has anything they'd want to do, we can head off to the north.
I will attack you with the north.
The IOU carriage that you were traveling in, Ambrose, is massive. It is this large black carriage pulled by 5 Clydesdales, just barreling through the streets, taking up most of the space. It is a wild way to ride, but it is quick, and it doesn't take long before you head through the streets of London towards the north. It's been a while since you felt any pulse coming from there, which is a bit alarming. That final one in the feeding pit was the last one that you felt. And all of you may be relieved that no visions have happened since the moment that last one ended. And as you approach, I imagine a lot of you know of the asylum, but maybe haven't been here before. It is a large building. It has a lawn in front of it with a path that sort of leads up and around and then back down. It has multiple stories and pointed tops, and it seems like a fairly nice building. And the carriage approaches, but stops before it even reaches the threshold of the lawn. And the horses just seem confused. And this seems to be as far as they want to go.
Oh, we're there yet?
Something-
Ambrose will look out and be like,
Oh, it's right there, but I don't think the horsies want to go.
That's fair.
Never earned the rest of the night
Ominous.
off.
I don't
Yeah,
even
it's
know if I really want to
concerning
go.
that I haven't felt a pulse in a while.
Aren't you kindred? Wouldn't you not have a pulse?
That's not what we were talking about, Jerry.
Alright. I'm gonna hop out of the thing because I don't know what's going on, and I just want some fresh air. So I was just like, So I'm gonna wait patiently outside of the carriage.
Go walking the rest of the way.
I don't really want to walk though.
Well, we're not carrying you unless you ask Jerry nicely. He's drunk. He might.
But
Okay.
also he's drunk, so.
I think Ambrose will go, like, hop out.
I'd be like, Jerry, you're going to carry me.
Nice.
No, right, yeah, hop on then.
Ambrose gets on Jerry's back.
As I leave the carriage, I'll head to the front and put my hands up to touch the side of Fiend's neck and give her a few pats. Say, thank you. We'll be back soon, darling.
If I could have a moment with Octavia to ask her something, just as she's on her own.
All right.
I thought of something. I'm not sure if you'll know the answer. You've dealt with being in Malkavian dreams before with Imogen, yes?
Yes.
Do you know if having multiple individuals involved beast-wise would pose a problem in the dream world. Something I'm a bit anxious about.
I would imagine it's your consciousness that's heading there. And the fact that you have multiple of them inside, it could be. But I would like to roll to know for sure.
You don't have to, because
Oh,
at that moment you hear Fiend say, "Well, I imagine it can't be that good."
Hello.
Well, pish posh, go along.
Sydney Jones, isn't it? Yes.
It seems to be Fiend.
Yeah? Well, the voice sounded like Sydney Jones, though, yeah?
No, it sounded like a
horse?
very it
A
sounded
horse
like
neighing horse?
it sounded like a woman, a very posh sounding
Okay.
woman.
Oh, okay. I guess it wasn't flamboyant enough to be Sydney Jones. Interesting.
when we get back, we've got to have a conversation.
I have a feeling I'm in for a bad time, but hopefully we can all make it back in one piece.
Why, before we go, Fiend, why are you not approaching closer than this?
That seems weird. I don't want to go. You have
Good
the
boundary.
best of luck.
I got
We'll see you soon. And I'll reach out. I'll grab Prophet's harness and say, "Lead the way." As I reach out my other arm to for Evelyn.
As you all walk towards the asylum, the air feels weird. Everything becomes a bit shimmery, except for you, Ambrose. Everything seems perfectly fine. And as you step closer, you all see Fiend sort of turn into smoke, still in the shape of a dog walking with Octavia.
Yep.
Each of
Still
you
drunk.
get the impression that you may already be entering the dream. And that's where we're going to go on break.
Ah,
Yeah.
So we'll be
Terrifying.
right back.
BRB.
I got to talk to my horse.
At Tabletop Tiddies, we never play a campaign without at least one Session Zero. Did you know that there's actually a TTRPG clothing brand that has this in mind? At Session Zero Clothing and Accessories, you can find hats, pins, jackets, t-shirts, and more, all with fantastic TTRPG designs. We know you'll like what you see, so why not grab some new merch before your next game night? Shop now at session-zero.com. It's never cool to skip out on Session Zero.
We love Elderwood Academy's mission to make people happier with their gaming, and we love their customization options for their fantastic products. Elderwood Academy offers gaming-themed gear including spellbook dice trays, dice boxes and towers, and other enchanting RPG supplies. The Tiddies all received amazing hex chests to store our dice. These handcrafted hex chests are made of top-grade solid hardwoods and feature magnetic enclosures and a sculpted beehive interior to hold your dice in style. Shop today at elderwoodacademy.com. That's ELDERWOOD academy.com.
Hello, folks. It's Sara here to remind you that you can influence our games by supporting us on patreon.com/tabletoptitties. It's only on Patreon that you can gain access to unique polls that control elements of both our Dungeons & Dragons show as well as our Vampire the Masquerade campaign. What spell scrolls await in a dungeon's treasure chest? Should the guest PC be kind or disgusted by the coterie? You decide. You can also create your own magic items to be featured in the games, and it's the best way to support the show. All of this and more can be found at patreon.com/tabletoptitties. And remember, whenever we say tabletop titties, it's with double D's.
So, as you approach the asylum, you can definitely tell that something is strange, but nothing has happened yet. And as you move closer, that like density of the air just sort of like wraps around you. It almost feels like being in the feeding pit, but now on a metaphorical level. And eventually you make your way to the large doors at the entrance. It is dark inside, and there doesn't seem to be any lights on.
Right, so it's the person. Rosie. Oi, you wait back there.
I think Ambrose jumps down and then so you said it's dark in here? Is it normally dark in here?
I mean, usually you guys don't need lights on. It just seems to be that it's been put into a state of shut off at the moment.
Oh. Okay. I think that if it's not normally turned off, I think that might be weird for her. So she probably is going to go try to figure out why.
Are you going to open the front door?
Yeah. Open the door.
As you open it, you see the regular entrance of the asylum, sort of the like seating area for new patients coming in, the desk where people will be met and assessed. And as you open it, though, you see sort of like flickering, almost like dream visions overlapping the room. And you see what appears to be almost like a nice carpet flickering beneath you, and like lights sort of coming off and on. The rest of you, as Ambrose opens the door, immediately see a beautiful entrance hall with the comfortable seatings off to the side, and like a nice writing desk. Lights sort of glow on as the entire area seems welcoming and warm.
Hey, this place doesn't look so bad.
Home sweet home.
Do you all enter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Alright.
stumble after Ambrose.
Shall we visit patient L655's room?
All right.
And Ambrose will start making their way that way.
All right. You begin leading them through the halls.
Is Prophet, important question, is Prophet in this dream state?
Yes, everybody can see Prophet
Yay.
again as like a smoke cloud, like a black riling smoke cloud in the shape of a dog, with sort of these like red glowing spheres where the eyes would be.
That's sick. All right.
This is something that both Jerry and Leon have seen in the past when Prophet sort of went full shadow in the IOU about a year and a half ago. This seems to sort of be Prophet's spirit. But you continue leading the group, and occasionally you see like flickering of like nice paintings on the wall, and it seems that somebody is trying to decorate this place through visions and through these sort of like daydream projections. And you begin to lead them down towards the basement. And Ambrose described it as a padded room, but as you enter, it is almost like an open space with a smaller room in the center made of glass. And you can see like padding and stuff around it. But you can see sort of in the center, lying on two beds, are a figure that you don't recognize, and Sydney Jones. Leaning up against the glass container, you see a sort of lanky figure just looking into the glass, wearing a sort of pinstriped suit, and almost, I hate myself for making this reference, almost like a fashionable Jamiroquai hat. Evelyn
I'm
You-
sad that was over my head because it seems like it's a nerd thing.
Jamiroquai was who made one popular song like 25 years ago.
Oh.
Evelyn, you would recognize this as Baron Schneider, who is Sydney's friend. And he's just sort of like looking into the glass room, just leaning up against it.
Oi.
He's been here every day.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. What are we seeing right now?
I see you standing in front of the glass. And we're all looking at you. What do you mean?
I've just been...
Hi.
Hi. You must be the investigators?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I went and got them.
Good job. I don't know why Sydney didn't send me. I've met them before, but that's fine.
Well, probably because I come back with them.
And you all are aware of what's going on? And you're all actually here? That's a good question. You're all here, right?
Are you here? As far as we know.
I don't want to answer that question.
Let's not get esoteric.
set
Yes, we're here.
Ambrose walks up to Baron and pinches him.
How?
You're here. Don't pinch me back.
Just kind of like air
What?
pinches you, like he's squishing your head.
Jerry's gonna go up and try and pinch him.
No! No! Please, I'm okay. I'm well aware that we're here.
Yeah, pinch him.
Don't pinch me, please. Ow, this hurts a lot. But you're
Then he
all...
goes to start pinching himself. He's in that stage of drunkenness right now.
Oh my lord. Oh.
Well,
So,
you don't know this, Ambrose, but we came up with a plan while you were gone, and Sydney had a moment of control.
all right, what was the plan?
The plan is to confront the patient's inner demons, so to speak, and relieve them of their power over them.
You
Sydney's
want us to
convinced
kill
that it was...
demons?
I would normally say it was metaphorical, but unfortunately in this current state it might not necessarily be so.
So
I think I've killed a demon before.
Perfect. I'm glad you're here then. You did a good job, Ambrose.
I know.
Well, there is a bit of a snag. It does seem that,
What did you do?
well, I told perhaps that Sydney may have better luck finding the investigators if he was to send them a message. Now, unfortunately...
So that means that all the dreams that you guys had, that was from Sydney, probably.
So it worked. Excellent.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was in the middle of the feeding pit.
One of them spawned bees.
Yeah,
It's
well,
not
she-
a dream. I can actually
That's
just
just
do
normal.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was in the middle of the feeding pit. Many people were affected.
Did the dreams happen to speak to you, saying that they were trying to contact you, talk to you?
No, they were actually just
Nah.
very unpleasant and
No,
really don't want to experience them again.
I mostly remember
Yeah.
being on fire.
I remember man promising me I could drink.
I can't hear you, Octavia. The dream has absorbed your voice.
Oh! I was being too morose. My father in the dream spoke about trying to reach out to me in a strange way.
Well, one's good enough. Sydney tried at first to draw upon your trauma, seeing if that would spark your interest, and it didn't seem to go so well, so he projected some pleasant
I see.
ways of contacting, but that seems to have used up the rest of his ability to do so, and now we are here. And sort of just gestures towards Sydney.
Can I go over to Sydney and like shake him awake?
You can try to get through the glass walls if you want.
Oh yeah.
Who damaged someone else's property now?
Oh wait, without damaging someone else's property?
He's behind glass, and this is not our glass.
Yeah, but we're rich now, right?
What? All right. How do we get in to confront these demons?
You must find them. As you can see,
Thank
the door.
you.
As
So
you can
helpful.
Listen, I would have.
This is why you had me go find you guys. I'm just saying.
You are investigators, after all. I'm with Ambrose on this one. Sydney would have been here to explain this himself had he not used all of his. We expected you to arrive sooner. As you can see, the door has been removed from this wall, from this room, and regardless, the asylum seems to be under the control of the patient now, and it seems that a lot of our patients, demons, have come out. So
just wander the halls, hope to find demons.
Hope to find Sydney, or the patient. This one.
All right.
What do you want us to do if we run into anyone else's demons?
Free labor. Solve their traumas for them. I don't know. Ambrose is the professional.
We are
on
not
this.
trained therapists.
Well, normally it's only just one-on-one, so we kind of just help them work out their problems, you know? This is a little bit more tricky because there's a lot of stuff going on, so maybe just try to avoid it. Unless you think you can solve it.
Can I try and punch the glass?
Oh no.
God.
Give me a strength and brawl.
8 successes because I'm drunk off my
We
ass.
gotta
We're all
get this
having
man
this-
away from booze.
Yeah. We just are having a whole ass conversation. Jerry's just over in a corner. I'm gonna fucking punch this glass.
As everyone's having a conversation, we just see Jerry in the background walk up to the glass, and with a full cock, you punch it, and you see the glass shatter and begin to fall, and pieces scatter across the ground, and as you look up, your fist is embedded into a brick wall.
Can you not do that?
Well, unstuck.
And you hear
That's just karma.
echoing through the building. Did you really think I would make it so easy?
I don't even know who you are.
This L665 or is it 655? One of the other.
Can I have mine back?
All right. Let's start wandering the halls and try to solve this case, shall we? We have a job to do.
Baron.
A good old game of hide and seek.
Definitely. Although I do like to cheat if I have my way. Baron, do you have something of Sydney's? Anything will do, really.
Yes? Perhaps. What for?
Well, we can find... I'm hoping it'll work similarly. If I use one of my rituals, we should be able to have a path that my dear dog here can follow.
All right. And you see him, loosen a kerchief around his neck and sort of hand it to you.
And I will hold it in my hand, and Ambrose, would you be all right departing with one of your ribbons?
For my hair?
Mm-hmm.
What for?
I need to light one on fire.
But then my hair will be unbalanced.
I could light both of them on fire.
All right.
And she takes both bows out of her hair and hands them to you.
And I will, as I'm holding the kerchief, I will light this aflame, and I will try to activate my illuminate the trail of prey as we hopefully get a path to Sydney Jones.
Gotta love the character that just solves the problem with their abilities.
That's all I can do, okay?
I have one job.
That's great.
Stupid, but
This
I'll
is
do
why
it.
we were hiring them.
What's the roll for that again?
It is. Please hold. Intelligence plus survival against a
Alright.
difficulty equal to 6 minus the margin on the ritual cast.
All right, go ahead.
And this is the dog following it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I use my specialty tracking?
Of course.
This is a good one. 7 successes.
You burn the kerchief and almost hear Baron like and you can smell the smoke sort of like billow and like immediately almost like a thread rather than a smoke trail just like up out of the basement.
Ooh.
And you all see this like solid rope sort of reaching up out of the basement into the asylum.
Oh, that was really pretty. It kind of reminds me of the little blood snake that I followed to find you guys.
Let's put a pin in that, but I do want to hear more.
And you see Prophet sort of like spiral around the rope and begin following it. I'll wait here,
Ooh.
I guess.
I'm still stuck in the wall. Can I just roll to like try and punch my way out of this wall?
You can you can after a bit of effort you can pull your hand out. And you can
Because
see
I rolled
that
11 successes.
all of the glass is mirrors now. Even the sides of the glass. As you see the group sort of like spiral away towards this rope. Are you following?
Yeah, Ambrose is like right in front, like skipping. She seems like not worried.
I'm going to ask a question that is rarely asked in Vampire. What is the marching order?
Ooh.
I'm down with being first.
I am gonna see if Cloak of Shadows works in this dreamscape. So I don't really care where I am.
All right.
I'm invisible. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. It's a dream.
You feel your power work as you disappear from sight.
Cloak
Cool.
of Shadows requires you to stay still, though, right?
No. Well, Evelyn also
Evelyn
has
has
the
the
version
next
that
one.
she can
Oh,
move.
Yeah.
okay.
She's just
Because I also
activate-
have Cloak of
yeah.
Shadows. Gotcha.
I got the vanish one.
Yeah.
Nice.
I might be near Abby for emotional support since this is like the first time you've really been on something like this. So wherever you're at in the marching
Fair
order,
enough.
probably gonna try to stay by and be like, hey, I promise this isn't that weird, or this is exceedingly weird.
Actually, yeah, I meant to say I do unseen passage, so I will rouse.
Gotcha.
That is better. Okay, I don't get hungry. There we go.
All right.
I can move around now.
So we got
I'm stumbling at the end of the group. I'm following everybody.
Ambrose, Prophet and Octavia, Abigail and Leon, Ambiguous Evelyn, and Jerry. And Baron is going to stay behind. As you ascend the halls out of the basement, the aesthetic sort of like shifts a bit. And it seems that L655 has control over what this place looks like. And it sort of becomes more run down a bit as the walls sort of like crumble and fall away. When you get out of the basement and return to the top floor, you see now that the walls are actually dirt, and they're all supported by almost like wooden beams. And you can now hear out in the distance what sounds like gunfire and almost like battle happening around you, as the lights are now hanging lanterns in the center of the ceiling. And occasionally you hear a and the dirt kind of crumbles away. Yes, let's start with this one then, shall we? Try and find me if you can.
All right, then. I'll close my eyes and count to 3. 1, 2, 3.
And Ambrose will try to go find them.
Nice. Give me a wits and investigation. I will also say, Ambrose, you see this, but again, it's almost that like shimmering vision on top of the real asylum.
All right. Wits and investigation. Maybe not my best.
It's a good thing you found investigators.
Yeah.
True. Ooh, that can't be right.
Get a bunch of 10s and it
Can't
like
be-
doubled, and you'll have a billion successes.
Oh,
beat the game.
maybe something like that happened.
That's how you crit.
This is definitely weird. I don't know. I think that just rolled weird. 1 success.
All right.
I think it rolled more dice than it should have.
You
for
sort of
some
like
reason.
duck down a hallway and start looking around, making your way through this like half asylum, half bunker sort of situation that's going on. The rope is still sort of like guidelining away, but you sort of like hop around, looking through the different rooms. Is anyone else doing anything other than following this rope?
Definitely checking out the area, making sure there's no weird demon things coming at us as we travel.
Give me a wits and investigation.
Oh boy. That's 3.
You don't immediately notice, and then you hear almost like laughter, still kind of on top of this like cacophony of battle going on somewhere above you. You hear this like and looking through almost this like bunker door, you can see what almost looks like a it's like a tall figure with like painted white face and a like large bulbous nose. They have this wild hair, and it seems that this room contains a clown.
Gross.
Double gross.
And they're sort of like wandering around this room, just sort of like smiling as like the light swings and flickers.
I mean, it's not hurting anybody. It's just laughing.
It just seems to be laughing.
I'm gripping Leon's arm.
Yes, no, that is fair. Yeah, so this is one of the stranger things we've been on.
Yeah, this isn't normal, right? I
Oh,
mean,
that's normal. That's just Charlie.
And Ambrose will keep following the snake.
I don't normally. I like whisper, like stage whisper to Abigail. I normally don't end up in Malkavian business for a reason. The dreams tend to be a little, not my style. So don't worry. I'm also as unnerved as you are.
His name's not really Charlie. That's just it's Charlie the clown.
All right.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, hello, Charlie. We're just passing through.
The moment you say that, the face like is immediately at the window looking at you.
like sheepishly wave and try to keep walking and like don't make eye contact.
And you hear that voice again. No? Perhaps that is Abigail's then. We are in Jerry's, though. I'll find everyone's.
Someone call me.
Fear not.
Harry too drunk for fear tactics. So you beat Freddy Krueger, get blitzed, I guess.
They call it liquid courage for a reason.
Yeah! Brace yourselves, everyone. There seems to be some mind tricks about.
Oh. I'll find yours too. Sydney touched a little bit of it already. Perhaps I'll find your dad. Maybe he'll want to say hi.
I purposefully do not reply.
You continue.
Yeah.
We head on.
Yeah, following.
I'm waiting for one of us to be completely bait for this.
To be fair, sorry, I just want to say Jerry is just he's too distracted by like the gunfire to pay attention to a clown.
Ah, the 1,000-yard stare. Got it.
Yeah.
Abigail.
No.
As you're walking down this hallway, you can still see Ambrose sort of like hopping along and investigating, and Leon holding you tight, and Jerry sort of taking up the rear. And you can smell something. It's bourbon. It's a really nice bourbon. And smoke. Tobacco. And as you reach a corner, you can see off to the right a open sort of like cafeteria, but the dirt sort of blends into this sort of like underground speakeasy, and you can see a bunch of people sitting at tables, drinking, smoking, and laughing, and it's very reminiscent of New York.
Nice. I lean over to Leon. I go, do you see what I'm seeing?
This
You
is
can
all
see it.
visible. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I suppose this one's speaking to you.
Listen, I know that there's a part of it that I really like, but I feel like I know a little bit better. And I'm going to close my eyes and let Leon lead me through this thing that I think is probably going to try and target me.
Yeah. I'll be your eyes. Don't worry.
Well, if it ain't the investigators of the occult and unusual coming here to my speakeasy. You know, I know who you're looking for, that, what is it, that L6 whatever guy. And you see sort of like sitting at a table, just the most stereotypical, like, mobster. Like, jacket is draped over the shoulders, nose, like, arms not in the sleeves, holding a glass of bourbon and a cigarette. Ambrose, you see this person flickering, but not actually there. Now, what are you gonna give me to give you a little bit of information about where you can find this individual?
Oh, what do you want? My eyes are still closed.
You know how we deal. We want a favor.
Yeah.
think you should make any deals with them.
Can I try and grab this little person?
This little person.
I'm assuming that they're smaller than me.
Do you approach them?
Yes.
As you grab them, immediately everybody else in the speakeasy stands up and has their hand on a gun.
Okay.
You ready to go to war?
Yeah, it's not like I ain't been there before.
I don't think everyone around here would, though.
Going to under unseen passage because I can make whispers, and I'm going to whisper into Jerry's ear. I'm like, we already have a trail we are following. Let's leave this one for now, shall we? And then I'm gonna slink away.
Yeah. So, Jerry is starting to sober up, especially from the gunfire, which he's not happy about. So, he like snarls in this dude's face and like drops him. So, because if he pushes him, he knows he's gonna do more damage than he intended, and then just follows after Ambrose and Octavia, like pushes past Leon, pushes past Abigail, has no idea where Evelyn is, and is just gonna follow Ambrose and Octavia and
Kind of like
try and get through the
Dust his
speakeasy
suit
as
off.
fast as possible.
And Ambrose, you hear, not in any sort of put-on voice, this is the people you found? These are the people you think are gonna want to be around you.
I don't think anyone wants to be around me. But that's okay. I want to be around them.
For how long, I wonder?
Oh, for as long as I need to find my friend.
Hmm.
And you.
Good luck. You know, you spend so much time with Sydney. You'd think he would learn that he's kind of sick of you too.
Sick of him too.
Well, let's see if you can help me.
Oh, okay. Let's find you first.
And you continue.
This place is bearable.
I agree.
But you made it through.
Yeah,
Following-
Ambrose is just kind of skipping along and keeping her eye out to see if she sees either one of them.
Following the thread, it continues through these sort of like hallways of what you now know are other people's phobias and traumas that are sort of presenting themselves in these nightmares. And though none of them are sticking with you, you can tell that they've sort of been lingering here in these dream states, uncured for the moment.
So much work to do.
And the thread eventually makes a beeline down into the ground. And you see that where it enters is a pool of water.
Wait.
I think we have to go down there, but I don't want to go down there.
Do we know anyone who wants to go in first?
The swim?
I'm not a fan of water.
Why? We don't have to breathe.
I had a bad experience before.
I think at like everyone else being unsure. Fine, I'll do it.
It just ruins my hair.
Oh, trust me, it's gonna ruin mine and my outfit, but the sacrifices we make.
So you jump in.
Yes.
As
To
you
the
do-
sacrifices we make.
She jumps into after.
Yeah, I will put on my mask because it hasn't been on at this point because I've been surrounded by kindred. But I will put on my mask so if we are going deep into the water, I can see under in the dark. I shall go in.
I will follow Leon too.
No,
An
Leon,
old
I wasn't
favorite.
I wasn't gonna put on a swim cap.
The audience didn't know. That wasn't Leon, that was Cher.
This nice little. I need to fit all my hair in here.
Octavia hesitates because she already can't see, and now she'll lose all sense of like physical gravity and touch. She takes out a vial, and inside you can see it's like a miniature ant farm in like a test tube. And she's gonna crush up the ants and use clinging of the insect ritual. Something I haven't used, I don't think, since like one of our first episodes. Hopefully this will help me stay on the walls of this pool. But otherwise, Prophet, I'll definitely need extra help.
Miss Octavia, I'm still here. You can cling on to me.
Thank you, Jerry.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't like the water. Yeah, Jerry's gonna dive after to be brave for Miss Octavia. He's also gonna have you hold on to his hat.
I'll attach it into one of my bags.
Awesome. And then he's gonna use Eyes of the Beast so he can see in the dark. And swim after everybody.
As you do, each of you leaping into this pool are immediately succumb to just nothingness. This black void around you, and you can see each of your friends sort of like emerge in. And Octavia, as you jump into the water, it is very reminiscent to your sort of mind space when you have premonitions.
So it's almost actually comforting compared to what I was anticipating.
I'll give you this. You remember doing this with Sydney and Imogen, and sort of the like chaotic nature that Sydney brought to it. And then you remembered he sort of took it one step further and claimed that you had taught him how to do premonitions. And this is very reminiscent to his versions of premonitions.
Okay.
And Ambrose, when you leap into the water, the entire space around you expands, and you can see the walls of the asylum reach out into this inky blackness until they too disappear, and you are left unable to see what was around you. And you hear that same voice. So you found it? That doesn't help you. I found a little trick in the old man's mind. One that lets me bring you somewhere that I have full control over. And it is here that I will make you see what I have seen. Ambrose, you and him thought I was merely afraid of the dark, empty water. No, I am not afraid of that. I am afraid of what I know lives down there. And I will make you confront what I have had to. And you can hear a great bellow out in the distance, one that you had heard once before in a premonition of your own. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
The big fish.
Cool. I might get to fight a god.
Yeah, this is it. You're gonna make everybody so happy in your life. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, all my drinking problems. We're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
So good.
You made a deal. Sure, it'll work out.
Yeah.
Yikes!
Hey, everybody. Thank you so very much for joining us today. We hope you had a good time because we sure did. If you did enjoy yourselves and you want to show your support, the best way to do so is by heading on over to patreon.com/tabletop titties. When you become a patron, you get access to so many different things. You get like bonus episodes, mini series, polls that affect the game, our after show. It's going to be so much stuff for you to take a look at. So definitely go and do that. We also have a merch store. If you saw the show tonight and you thought, you know what, I need all of the logos, all of the characters on all of my clothing, pillows, towels, blankets, what have you, you can do that at tabletoptitties.threadless.com. Go check it out and you'll be able to get some cool merch. You should also go and follow us on social media at tabletoptitties. And if you tweet or just use the hashtag TTTitties on any social media, we will see it, and you might get an NPC named after you.
I think way back, Baron Snyder was based on that, or it was an Indiegogo donation.
Yeah,
Snyder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
You can also find all of our info on our website at tabletoptitties.com. And remember, when we say titties, it is with double D's. Margaret, where can we find you?
Yeah, I'm Margaret Krohn. You can find me at Margaret Krohn in all of the places. I do lots of stuff on the internet, so if you want to check that out, follow me. I'm also working on a project called Ashes of Creation, where I make a video game, and you can check it out at Ashes of Creation in all of the places.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Always
Ambrose
great
is
having
so
you on.
Creepy
so
kid
creepy.
vampire. I'm
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
So creepy.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye. See you next time.